The concept of free will is one of the most profound and debated aspects of human existence. It speaks to the heart of our personal autonomy, the choices we make, and the paths we walk. It is said, no man can serve two masters. This fundamental truth reminds us of an essential aspect of human life: our choice of priorities, our allegiances, and our loyalties. It is not possible to serve both God and materialism. The pursuit of wealth, power, or status can easily become a master over one's soul, leading one to neglect the true purpose of life. Similarly, the desire to serve oneself, to focus entirely on personal gain and satisfaction, can drive a person away from the divine path and lead them into isolation. The dilemma of two masters. The Bible clearly states, "You cannot serve God and yourself." This powerful assertion serves as a reminder that we must choose whom we serve. The choice is not always easy, and the temptation to indulge in selfish desires or chase material wealth is ever present in today's world. It is important to recognize, however, that when we choose to serve one, we inevitably neglect the other. You shall either hate the one and love the other. You shall either cling to one and despise the other. The dichotomy presented here is not just a warning. It is a guiding principle for living a life of purpose and meaning. Serving oneself may seem tempting, offering immediate satisfaction, but it often leads to emptiness. When we prioritize our own desires over the greater good, we miss the deeper sense of fulfillment that comes from serving a higher purpose. Similarly, materialism promises happiness, but its satisfaction is fleeting. The accumulation of wealth and possessions cannot fill the void of the soul. True joy, true peace, and true fulfillment come only from serving God, aligning our hearts with a higher calling, and living in accordance with divine principles. The crossroads of life. You stand tonight at the crossroads of life, as every individual does at various points in their journey. The road you choose to walk on will determine your future. There are two paths, each leading to a distinct destination: the broad road and the narrow road. The broad road is wide and easy, filled with distractions, temptations, and fleeting pleasures. It is the path that leads to self-gratification, wealth, and material success. It is a road that is often paved with false promises and empty promises. It may appear attractive because of the comfort it offers and the instant gratification it provides. However, this road leads to spiritual emptiness and a life devoid of meaning. The broad road offers nothing of eternal value. The narrow road, on the other hand, is a difficult path. It requires sacrifice, discipline, and self-control. It is a road less traveled, filled with challenges and obstacles. Yet it is on this road that we find true purpose, fulfillment, and peace. It is on this narrow road that we encounter the fullness of life, the kind of life that transcends material concerns and brings us closer to God. It is the road that leads to eternal joy and peace, a life rooted in truth, righteousness, and love. The gift of free will. The Father bestowed upon us the gift of free will. This is perhaps one of the most profound aspects of our existence. Free will is the ability to make our own choices, to choose our paths, and to shape our own destinies. With free will comes great responsibility. We are not slaves to fate or to the whims of others. We have the power to choose. Yet this freedom comes with a profound weight. We must be mindful of the choices we make, for they will shape our lives, our relationships, and our eternal destiny. Free will allows us to choose between the broad road and the narrow road. It gives us the opportunity to decide whom we will serve, God or materialism. We can choose to follow the path of self-indulgence and worldly gain, or we can choose to follow the path of righteousness, which leads to a deeper, more meaningful existence. The freedom to make our own mistakes was all I ever wanted. It is through our mistakes that we learn, grow, and ultimately become the individuals we are meant to be. While the path of righteousness may not always be the easiest, it is the path that leads to lasting peace. The broad road may offer temporary pleasures, but it is the narrow road that leads to eternal fulfillment. Putting Christ first. To follow the narrow road, one must put Christ first. This is a central tenet of the Christian faith. Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. He is the guiding light that illuminates the path of righteousness, and through him, we find meaning and purpose. To truly walk the narrow road, we must know him, for it is through him that we find the strength to resist the temptations of the broad road. But first, know him, lest you fall off his path. This is a powerful reminder that we must not only claim to follow Christ, but must truly understand his teachings and embrace them in our hearts. It is not enough to simply go through the motions or adopt a superficial understanding of faith. We must know Christ intimately, allowing his teachings to transform our hearts and minds. The fruit of Christ's teachings. For his seeds bear fruit. The teachings of Christ are not just theoretical. They have practical, tangible effects on our lives. When we walk in his footsteps, we experience the fruit of his teachings in our own lives. His love, grace, and compassion shape the way we interact with others, the way we face adversity, and the way we live our lives. The fruits of his teachings are love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These are the qualities that define a life well lived. His footsteps shine in light. The path he laid before us is a path of light, truth, and righteousness. It is through his example that we find the strength to walk the narrow road, despite the difficulties and challenges we may face. In his footsteps, we find guidance, wisdom, and strength to navigate the complexities of life. The light of Christ shines brightly, dispelling the darkness and showing us the way forward. The time to decide. It is time to decide. Life is full of choices, but there are moments when the decisions we make have eternal consequences. We must choose the road we will walk, the master we will serve, and the direction our lives will take. The choices we make today shape our tomorrow, and ultimately, they will determine our eternal destiny. The broad road may offer temporary comfort, but it does not lead to lasting happiness or peace. The narrow road may be difficult, but it leads to eternal life, joy, and peace with God. It is not an easy road, but it is the road that leads to true fulfillment. The broad road may seem attractive, but its promises are empty. The narrow road may be challenging, but its rewards are eternal. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with those who need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on more powerful content that will guide you on your journey. Stay blessed, and until next time, keep choosing wisely.